Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. Bernice made a big mistake, and when she tells Papa Bear about it, they agree that maybe they need to be more careful. Bernice asks Papa Bear for a short story, as she is tired, and he decides to tell her a story about Boo Boo and Kai Kai, and how they decide to go and try to find the Whispering Tree. Boo Boo and Kai Kai visit the Whispering Tree. Papa, I think I made a tiny mistake tonight, Bernice said as she came out of the bathroom. That's okay, little bear. We all make mistakes, Papa Bear said, but then decided perhaps it was best to ask more. But what kind of mistake did you make? Well, I am getting older and can take care of myself at bedtime. I put my clothes out for the morning, did my stretches, and deep breathing, just like in the story you told me. Brushed my teeth, and all that stuff. I even made sure my friends, Twigga, Wolfie, and Madeline, were ready for bed. Except, Wolfie has bad breath, so I think he needs to go to the dentist. And? Papa Bear asked, waiting to hear what the mistake was. Yeah, well, I put some bubbles in my bath, Papa, and I put in the same amount as always, but I didn't read on the outside of the bottle where it said super concentrated. Then there were so many bubbles that the whole bathroom was covered. It was like a bubble fog. I couldn't even see where I was going. I tried to clean up all the bubbles, Papa, but some got on the ceiling. And no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't jump up high enough to clean that part. With a sigh, Papa Bear laughed and said, "It's okay, little bear. It's easy to miss these words on packaging sometimes. I bet Mama didn't even know the bottle of bubble bath was different when she bought it. But you are still squeaky clean, right?" Yeah, and maybe the rest of the bathroom is too. But you know what, Papa? Even though it was a mistake, it was kind of a fun mistake. Lots of bubbles in the bath are fun, and you can play so many games with bubbles. Haha, yes, I bet it is fun. Maybe I should try it when I have a bath. Papa, you can't have a bubble bath with my bubbles. You are all grown up. Can't grown-ups have fun too? Papa Bear asked. Yes, I guess so, but then you would smell like I do. Stinky, you mean? Papa Bear said with a laugh. Hey, Bernice said, trying not to laugh. Okay, I'll clean up the bathroom before I go to bed, which might be very soon, Papa Bear said with a great big yawn. I'm a super sleepy bear tonight. Getting into bed, Bernice said, I'm still super full from that super yummy lasagna we had at dinner time. Yes, it was very tasty. Your mama makes the best lasagna in the whole wide world, Papa Bear said. Yeah, I think so. Bernice put her friends in just the right places, pulled her covers up tight, and said to Papa with a big yawn, It's that time, Papa. And what time is that, little bear? Replied her Papa, yawning again. Yawns are very infectious. Well, it's time for a bedtime story. Can you tell me a short story tonight? Sure, little bear. Should I tell you a story about the bubble trees? Or should I continue the whispering wind? How about something with Boo Boo and Kai Kai? Okay, I can tell one about our brave friends. Maybe they can go in search of the whispering tree. Mama used to whisper to me, Papa, when I was young, but now that I am almost grown up, she doesn't do it so much. Bobby tried to whisper a secret to me in class once, but he got in trouble because the teacher said whispering is the same as talking in class. Ha ha ha, that Bobby. Are you comfy? Yes, Papa. How about Twigga, Wolfie, and Madeline? Are they ready for a story too? They say they are ready. Okay, give me a hug and a kiss, and I'll tell you a short story. Thank you. Once upon a time, in a world full of magic and fun, there lived a brave little bear named Boo Boo. She lived in a large castle at the edge of a mystical forest. In this forest were unicorns, fairies, pixies, gnomes, and all manner of insects, birds, and animals. It was a wonderful place. Her best friend was a young dragon called Kai Kai, and they liked to play as much as they could. The kingdom they lived in was full of people who lived in the meadows, those who lived in the hills, and those who lived in the forest, and they all lived in harmony. On this day, Boo Boo and Kai Kai met after school in Boo Boo's garden to enjoy some tea and sweets the gardener had made for them. The gardener waved at me as I arrived. Kai Kai said, "Do you think maybe we can be friends?" He certainly has softened his opinion of you and all dragons. The more he gets to know you, the greater the chance he will realize you are a nice dragon. Just don't stomp on any of his plants, Boo Boo said with a smile. Since we started meeting here after school, my landing skills have improved immensely, Kai Kai said with a laugh. Otherwise, the gardener might chase me away. These sweets sure are really yummy. Don't forget to thank him, Boo Boo said. I won't. So, how was school today? Anything exciting? My classes seemed like they could have been more interesting. I can't wait for the next cycle to practice flying again. I prefer claws-on activities. Well, we are still getting started in most of my classes, but in history, the teacher encouraged us to go outside and find some history for ourselves. That sounds fun. He told us the myth of the whispering tree, a tree so old that it's said to have witnessed the dawn of the mystical forest. Only at twilight, and only to those pure of heart, it whispers ancient secrets and tales. That sounds exciting. I have a big heart. Does that count? Ha ha ha. Everything about you is big, so I don't know. But the professor said it's difficult to find because it takes a long time to get to the part of the forest it is in. You have to go over a ravine. Apparently, the bridge is broken. There are waterfalls to traverse, and it's up near the mountains in the east. Good thing you have a best friend who can fly, Kai Kai said. Also, the guardians of the tree are gnomes, and they won't let you visit unless you can answer a riddle or some kind of question. The teacher wasn't too clear with that part. Good thing you have the smartest friend in the world, Kai Kai said. It sounds like you are interested in going, Boo Boo said. If we fly super fast, we can get there before it's too late and still be back just in time for dinner. You wouldn't want to miss dinner, Boo Boo said with a laugh. No one in the kingdom would be able to sleep tonight because of the sound of your growling stomach. You know me well, Kai said with a big smile. After finishing at least 10 large sweets, Kai said, "Why don't you hop on and we'll start the trip to the tree?" As Boo Boo hopped on Kai's back and got comfortable, Kai laughed and asked, "Where exactly am I flying to again?" "I guess that's an important piece of information," Boo Boo laughed. The teacher read from a book which said that it's past where the unicorns and fairies play. "Beyond the unicorns' grazing grounds, by the shimmering streams you must go," he recited, which is pretty vague, but we know it's to the east near the mountains and a middle shimmering stream. It's always the middle, and there should be a beautiful meadow. If we see a group of gnomes guarding a tree, that might be a good indication that we found the right place. I think I have an idea. We flew past a field once by a shallow stream. I think I know where to take us. Great, let's go. Kai spread his wings and took to the air, and Boo Boo felt the familiar excitement as he went higher and higher in the sky. Initially, the powerful flaps of Kai's wings echoed loudly, but as he began to coast, their rhythmic sound became soothing. Looking below, Boo Boo watched the landscape become small, with trees, beings, and magical creatures of the forest turning into mere specks. Boo Boo always loved flying with Kai, except when it rained, of course. Lying back down closer to the ground, a patchwork of green treetops came into view. They spotted herds of unicorns beside a fast-moving stream, their manes reflecting the sun. Boo Boo waved because they often played with the unicorns, and most creatures of the kingdom were friends with each other. "Now we fly east," Kai continued, "to where mountains touch the clouds." Kai adjusted his direction, heading straight for the majestic mountains. Their peaks were draped in clouds, and at their base lay dark caves. "There is a ravine below," Boo Boo said. As they neared the mountains, flying over the ravine, they saw a series of waterfalls. Still, one stood out, splitting into 3 shimmering streams. Kai hovered above, letting Boo Boo survey the land. "Now, follow the middle stream till it meets the golden meadow." They trailed the central stream, which led them to an expansive meadow, its grasses shining as if sprinkled with rain. "And finally," Boo Boo said, excitement evident in her voice, "search for the tallest tree with leaves that glow even without the sun's touch." And there, at the heart of the golden meadow, stood the whispering tree. Taller and older than its counterparts, its leaves emitted a soft glow, inviting them to come closer and discover the tales it held within. But first, they would have to talk to the gnomes. Approaching the gnomes, Boo Boo said, "Hi there. My name is Boo Boo, and this is Kai, and we have come to see the whispering tree." "Pleased to meet you both," the eldest-looking gnome said in response. "Before you can visit the tree, you must answer one riddle." "I'm ready," Kai said with confidence in his voice. A younger-looking gnome stepped forward and said, "In the daytime, I'm with you, but at night, I am gone. I'm not a star or the moon's glow, but without me, you can't go on. What am I?" Kai froze, and if he could, he might have blushed. He didn't know the answer, and as he usually does when he needs to think, he started pacing back and forth. Boo Boo stood still, except for her paws, which she moved around, casting patterns from the setting sun on the ground. "Wait, Kai, I know! My teacher wanted us to experience history, and the answer to this is something we could experience as the sun sets and changes the light on the ground. Do you see the effect the light is having on the space under my paws?" "Yes, but—" "Shadow. The answer is shadow," Boo Boo exclaimed. "You are a very smart young bear. Your friend is, well, very tall." Boo Boo laughed. "You may approach the tree, and if it feels you are worthy, it will whisper to you a special message." Boo Boo and Kai walked towards the tree, and as they settled beneath its towering branches, its leaves rustled even without a breeze. A soft whisper emerged from the very center of the tree, sounding like it was coming from all directions. "Dear Boo Boo and Kai," it began, "in all of the mystical forest, every creature has its tale, every leaf its story. Yet, among them all, your bond stands unique and true. The friendship you share is a kind of magic even the oldest trees like me admire. Remember, no adventure is too daunting, no challenge insurmountable, as long as you stand by each other's side. For in unity, you have strength, and in friendship, the most potent magic of all." After thanking the gnomes, Boo Boo and Kai flew home with only the sound of flapping wings and the grumbling of Kai's stomach. And with that, Papa Bear gave Bernice a kiss on her forehead, adjusted her blanket, turned off her lamp, and quietly whispered, "I love you, little bear." And that is the end of our story. Good night. Sleep tight.